What is going on, everyone? Steven, I figured I'd start my trucking vlogs, all that kind of stuff. Figured I'd do my first YouTube video. Uh, I am going with Night Transportation. I submitted an application with Night because they do have a training program called the Squire program. Really good program from what I see. The main thing that attracted me to them is the fact that they have a no contract policy. I did a good 4 weeks worth of homework, and between the prices for the schools, the length of contracts, how their drivers reviewed the companies on pages, on forums, talking to drivers at truck stops, friend of the families, stuff like that, I decided to go with Night Transportation. Seems to be a very good fit for me. Yes, they start you out at a lower pay because you're trained. I'm just happy because Night pays you while you're going through the training process. There is a $100 orientation, which is the first week. If you complete it and you become hired, every week after that, while you're in training, is $400. So it's nothing to shake a stick at. I'm getting paid while I train, and it's not just me going to training not getting paid, so I can't really complain about that. The more I did homework on Night, it really made my decision in my mind simple, that of choosing Night Transportation. I've looked into the business side of things. I've talked with some of the senior managers there. I've looked into how they're publicly traded, how their stocks have done. I've looked into the fact that Night is legitimately 100% debt-free company. I've looked into so much stuff since I decided to go with Night, and I think that I've made I've made the right decision. But anyway, let's see, the Squire program. I was sent out to the Olive Branch, Mississippi, which is known as the Memphis terminal. It covers the southeast, it covers from Texas on over to the east, and goes as far north, as far as I'm tracking it, is North Carolina. If you have any questions, you can go to drivenight.com. They have information about all 4 of their divisions that they have. I know that Night has dry van, refrigerated, port and rail services, and then their Squire program, or the training division, is their 4th one. Anyway, jump back on topic. The Squire program, I went out there on a bus, Greyhound. They pay for your transportation out there on the 3rd of November. I ended up going out there on Saturday, which was November 1st. They bussed me out there. I got to the hotel on November 2nd, the Sunday. We either stayed at the Whispering Woods Hotel or the Fairfield Inn right there in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Really good hotels, very nice, clean, friendly staff. They also provide shuttle service to and from the terminal, so you don't have to worry about transportation. The hotels provide breakfast for you, and then the company for the first week, out of the 2 weeks that you need to be there, for the non-CDL holders, the lunch is catered by Night Transportation, and then you provide your own dinners if you need dinner. The second week that you're there, they're not responsible for food because they cover the food for the orientation week. Anyway, whenever you first get there on Monday, we started out with getting our drug test done in the morning. There at night, both doing the urine test and the hair follicle test. Then they sent us over to a chiropractor's office to get the DOT physical done and the pre-employment physical assessment, just to make sure that we can, lift the crate. Our heart rate was good. Make sure that we can squat, lift weights over our head, that kind of stuff. So we knocked that out on Monday. Whenever we got back that Monday, we learned about the pre-trip. Tuesday, we focused on doing a pre-trip and straight back. On Wednesday, we worked on straight back and parallel. On Thursday, it was parallel and 90. And then Friday, it was just a whole assessment, or a whole go back and work on what you need. So the instructor was very informative. They try not to hold back anybody who's shown that they're ready for the next backing. So you may have one student who's still on a straight back or on parallel, but they'll have they had 6 total trucks that were available for the training. So I thought that was pretty cool too. So if a group of students are ready for the 90 on Wednesday, they're showing them the 90 on Wednesday, and they can keep on practicing throughout all the skills. So they don't really hold any back from progressing further faster than some of the rest of the class. That's one thing I really liked. Um, and then week two was actually us getting out on the road and working on anything else that we needed on the range. I got out with the road instructor. He was really cool. Um, Me personally, having some experience driving both box trucks, six wheelers, and driving tractor trailers up in Pennsylvania, I got to learn in the Northeast. So I got to drive around, yeah, North Jersey, New York City, all up around the places that nobody really likes to go. That's where I actually learned how to drive at. So my confidence behind the wheel of a truck is fairly high, and I was able to be confident whenever I was going through training. So we got out there and we did some training in Memphis, on the outskirts of Memphis. We drove, and he put us in some situations that we're going to be in. Showed us what we're supposed to be doing right. I've always been taught, ever since I was taught how to drive by my stepdad, that how to float gears, how to run off by RPMs. So learning how to double clutch is something new to me. Never really done it. I've known the concept of it, but never done it. Obviously, I had to do it for a test before, but it was one of the things that just did it, winged it, and really just let it escape my mind. Once I started doing it, it came right back. Real simple to get back on track. Um, I have to wait for my CDL test, which isn't scheduled until the 11th of next month of December, because Georgia is about a month behind on their test right now. So, what happens now? I get to go out with a trainer. So, between now and my CDL test in December, what Knight does is there's mandatory 4 weeks of training you have to do. And I'm going to be going out with a trainer with my CDL, since I had my CDL permit before my test for a few weeks. Then I'll go back to my home terminal a couple days before my test, practice some of my maneuvers, make sure I still got them down, my skills are good to go, and then go take my CDL test. The following week, I would report to company orientation. After orientation is done, 3-day orientation, I go out and finish up my training. Then I go into my probationary solo miles with my own truck. That's where I'm at right now. I'm currently at the house. Midway through week two, they said I was good to go. They tested me out. I was good to go home. And they put me on a bus and sent me home to wait for a trainer. So I've been here enjoying family time. I prepared the family to not see me until Christmas, so whenever I showed up, they were really excited. My daughters were excited to see me, so I was pretty happy to come home and see the family after a week and a half. So the next stint, I think, is going to be about 3 weeks out. Then take my CDL and finish up. So if I get back on the road soon, I'll probably won't be home until Christmas time, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I guess I'll let you guys know once I get a trainer. So talk to you guys later.